Let's start by defining an image as a function. Here you see an image, and you see that the spatial coordinates are x and y. At any given xy, you have an intensity value f. So f of xy is the image expressed as a function. Now, if you have a color image, you have multiple channels. You may have red, green, and blue. Each one of these would be a function, say r of xy, b of xy, and g of xy. So now the simplest type of processing you can apply to an image is called pixel processing or point processing. And here all you do is you go to a pixel, you look at its brightness value, and you simply transform that brightness value based on that value itself and independent of the location of the pixel in the image. So it's basically a mapping of a brightness value to another brightness value or a color to another color. It's the simplest type of operation because at every pixel, the operation is independent of all other pixels. So here are simple things that you can do with point processing or pixel processing. Let's use the example of a color image. This is your original image here. If you wish to darken it, you can subtract some number from each one of the three channels. You get this. If you wish to lighten it, you can add some number to each channel and you would get this. Or you could invert it. Let's say the image is an 8-bit image in each one of its three channels. You can invert it by taking 255 minus the current value. So you would get something like a negative of the image. Or you could lower the contrast of the image. You have a certain range of brightness values. You want to compress that down. You can simply divide f by 2, or you can increase the contrast, multiply f by 2. And when you increase the contrast, you have to remember that you can't go beyond the dynamic range of the image itself. If it's an 8-bit image, the maximum value is 255. When it goes above that value, you get what's called saturation. You clip at 255, and that's why you see part of the rabbit saturated right here. Or you can take a color image and use pixel processing to convert it to a grayscale image or just a brightness image by taking a linear combination of the three color values at the pixel. So this is a very simple form of processing, and I include it primarily for the sake of completeness.